بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Alhamdulillah, today we're blessed to have our Sheikh, the scholar Hafiz Inamullah from Pakistan. We're honored to have you today, Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله
كيف
وبركاته.
حالك اليوم؟
الحمد لله أنا بخير.
Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khairan, and thank you for
Thank you very
visiting
much.
us here at the Islamic Center of Western Pennsylvania in the state of Pennsylvania in the United States of America. Sheikhna, I do have some questions for you.
Okay.
Some of them are personal, some of them are related to you as a scholar and as a teacher of Qur'an, inshallah bi'idhnillah. If you like any question, you may go ahead and answer it. If you don't
No.
like any question, you may skip it. It's, you know what I mean? Alhamdulillah, it's simple and easy and straightforward, inshallah. Sheikhna, would you mind introducing yourself to our viewers, inshallah?
Okay. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Amma ba'd. Thank you very much for giving me the honor to speak with you on this occasion. As far as my name is Hafiz Muhammad Inamullah. Primarily I'm from University of Peshawar, Institute of Education and Research, and currently working as a professor of education and director of the institute. I am from Peshawar city of Pakistan. So this is my brief introduction. As far as my education is concerned, so Alhamdulillah, I completed my master's degree in Ulum Siratun Nabawiyya, that is prophetology. And Alhamdulillah, along with this contemporary education, I completed PhD in education, and the major was classroom interaction and pedagogy and curriculum. Along with this, I started the madrasa education in Islamic schools, and I memorized the Holy Qur'an when I was in class 7. Then Alhamdulillah, from 1989 till last year, Alhamdulillah, I offer Taraweeh, lead the Taraweeh in Pakistan, in here, all parts of the world. So along with this, I studied Dars-e-Nizami, completely Dars-e-Nizami. That is 8 years of education in Pakistan related to Islamic education particularly, in which we study, like, initially we start with Huruf-e-Hija, then we switch to as-sarf wa nahw, the grammar, and along with this mantiq, logic, and then fiqh al-Islamiyya, and then principles of jurisprudence, jurisprudence. And initially we study Nur al-Idah. We start with Nur al-Izah, then the other, that is Quduri, and then Quduri is followed by Hidayah Awal, and then it is followed by Hidayah Akhirin, and then Sharh Jami, and then philosophies of Islam like Sharh Aqaid, Sharh al-Tahzib, and along with this in Mantiq we start with Mirqat. This is a very simple book, and there are later simply we came Sulamul Ulum, Maqamat al-Hariri, and so on. So these are all actually included in Islamic education. And the last two, tafsir, then Tafsir Baydawi, Tafsir Jalalain, and the last, that is Dawra Hadith, we call it Dawra Hadith, and that start with Sihah Sitta, start with Bukhari Sharif, and then Tirmizi Sharif, Nisai, and Abi Dawood, and so on.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah. How interesting. But speaking of hadith and tafsir, you know, when the students start learning, you know, these Islamic branches, tafsir, hadith, fiqh, aqidah, and what have you, they usually end up specializing in one branch, or not. Even if we're not talking about specializations, let's just talk about preferences. Someone might, you know, find himself, you know, interested in tafsir. So when they give dars or when they give khutbah, they usually talk about tafsir. Someone else might be interested in hadith, you know, so they read more about the different categories of hadith, sahih, hadith da'if, hadith mawdu'.
Hasan li dhatihi wa hasan li ghayrihi.
Someone else might, you know, say, well, no, it's fiqh, you know, I like fiqh, you know, and studying the madahib and the differences between these madahib and al-ahkam al-khamsa, muharram wa makruh wa mubah wa jaiz and so on. So where do you find yourself among these branches?
Actually, we started like the whole Dars Nizami currently in Pakistan, there is of 8 years.
Mhm.
So in these 8 years, in every class and in every saf, a saf al-awwal, for example, so there are sarf wa nah,
Mhm.
then basic fiqh, and that is Nur al-Izah,
Mhm.
then basic mantiq, that is Mirqat and Isahoji, and then basic tafsir, translation of the Holy Quran, because you are Arab and we are Ajam. First, we need a strong translation, and along with this, Adab Arabi.
Mhm.
So, Nafhatul Arab, Nafhatul Yaman, and then Hamasa and Mutanabbi and so on. But initially, step by step, the students start with these things,
Mhm.
and then like in second class, in third class. So when he complete the whole Dars Nizami, or fourth class, or sixth or seventh, so then it depends on the environment. Like in some of in Pakistan, normally people go towards ifta and they become mufti.
Mm.
Mhm. And they particularly they specialize in fiqh al ibadat.
No.
Mhm. Less of the student or less of the ulama, their trend is towards literature, adab Arabi. Then less that is towards qiraat, less towards like sarf or nahw or grammar or anything. So my trend primarily that was set according to the situation, the Quran, and then the Hifz Quran, and then teaching of the Hifz Quran, and then Qira'at. So that is why, according to the situation, I focused in these areas, Alhamdulillah. So I started with, I had several like studies in tafsir and then so on. So that was actually the start, and the environment that was given to me, or I found the environment in which, Alhamdulillah, I focused on Quran, then the recitation and tilawat of the
Do
Holy
you have
Quran.
ijazat in the Quran? Do you have ijazat?
Yeah,
إجازة؟
نعم
ما شاء الله.
نعم من شيوخنا
ما شاء الله.
من شيوخنا
في أي القراءات؟ in which قراءات؟
Normally in Pakistan, رواية حفص, قراءة عاصم, رواية حفص is very common.
Mhm.
But later on, I studied with my sheikh, another sheikh, who is a very rare sheikh in Pakistan, Ash-Shatibiya. Then I started separate riwayats like Qalun, like Warsh, then followed by Makki, Imam Makki, then Imam Amar Basri, and then normally students of Qiraat, they do not touch these things, like it's very difficult.
Right.
That is why.
Shatibiya,
So sometime if I find a student, so I love to teach them for the sake of my own learning, for the sake of my own repetition.
Can we teach our viewers something about these qira'at? You know, some of them might not, know the differences between maybe Hafs and Warsh or Qalun or whatever. Can you pick any riwayat or any qira'at you want, and just share some examples so that the viewers, get to know the differences between the qira'at. You can use Surah Al-Fatiha or short surahs so that they know the differences. Yeah.
Like I'm going currently now to recite in the Qiraat of Makki.
Okay.
And the two Imams, Bazzi and Qumbul.
MashaAllah. And by the way, the Sheikh has a beautiful voice. MashaAllah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم ملك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط we can say the grand muhaddis of subcontinent. Along with this Darul Ulum Deoband, that was based on fiqh Hanafi school, and then Nadwatul Ulama and all ulamas. So The reason is that that is commonly used and commonly practiced, and then so that is why Hanafi school of thought, we have like more than 80% in Pakistan and in India and in Bangladesh. I think most of the ulamas, they study Hanafi school of thought, and then Hanafi like fiqh al Hanafiya. So all these things are happening eventually, and I think along with this, when we study in Islamic schools fiqh Hanafi, so then they give a touch to fiqh Shafi'i, fiqh Malikiya, and several other fiqh. The way we call it fiqh ala mazahib al-arba. But when they give arguments, so definitely then they defend or they give arguments about Hanafi school of thought. So it's very common in Pakistan.
You know, I do have great interest in fiqh. You know, actually, my first book in fiqh, I can show it to the viewers. It's called The Fiqh Companion, or Al-Fiqh Al-Sahib. Alhamdulillah, it's almost 500, page book, alhamdulillah, that discusses the matters of tahara, purification, and salah, prayer. And I, of course, discuss the opinions of the Hanafi scholars and the Shafi'i.
Yesterday I had a bird eye view of this book for the audience. So there are two very good characteristics of this book. The first one, that is question answer that were all primarily by the community. Like means a person asks you, and then you composed or then you answered the question, noted it down, and English was very simple, and particularly Arabic is very simple. And I would suggest if you can add in the coming edition Urdu as well, so then it will be very so then it will be more facilitating for the people who speak Urdu. Or
maybe you can work with me and you become a co-author.
Inshallah,
we both can publish another version, inshallah, of this book in Urdu, inshallah.
And that is the basic requirement of this community,
yes.
Like in community over here. So this will be a benefit, and I would suggest if you can launch this in electronic form. So then again, it will be easy to find the question. Like we have a very famous book in Pakistan and India that is called Bahisht Zevar. Bahisht Zevar.
Okay. What does that mean?
Zevar mean the ladies wear golds. What is
like dhahab?
Zahab. So and Bahisht is Jannah.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah.
الذهب الجنة.
نعم. يعني ذهب الجنة.
ذهب الجنة. It is a very famous book that was authored and written by Hakim al-Ummah, Sheikh Ashraf Ali Thanwi. I think it's maybe 100 years back.
Wow.
But that was a very self-explanatory and elaborative book, which even included home economics for ladies and each and everything.
So it's not only a fiqh book.
It's a complete fiqh book, right from al-huruf hija
MashaAllah.
till and each and every. So when I was studying this book, so that was in my mind to tell you that you must expand this. A time will come after 5 years or 10 years that it will have each and everything according to the requirement of this community.
Inshallah, may Allah make it easy.
Barakallah.
Allah yabarak feek, ya Shaykhna, wa shukran. Shaykhna, I would like to move on to a very, very important topic. Alhamdulillah, in this country, it's very challenging to raise a new generation, a new Muslim generation.
Yeah.
You're living in a non-Muslim environment, in a non-Muslim country. You're sending your kids to a public school. It's not, easy for all the Muslim families to send their kids to Islamic schools. And many of us will, find it the easiest to send our kids to just public schools. When you send your kids to public schools, they're exposed to, making friends with non-Muslims, learning about Trinity, Jesus as Son of God, not Jesus as a prophet, you know what I mean? The non-Islamic holidays like Christmas and Halloween and Thanksgiving and what have you. So what is your advice to the parents who are watching us that have families that are having kids, and they're raising their kids up in this country? What is your advice for them?
Yes. actually this society is a multi-dimensional society where we have like different people from all over the world, and Muslim majorities, Muslim families, they are in this region. Now, you cannot stop your child from going to public school.
Right.
You cannot stop your children to interact with other like Christian friends or any other. Then you cannot stop your children to go to the not go to the market. Definitely, they will go to the market. They will interact with the community in different capacities. Then they have to deal with their teachers, with communities, and the society is like this. So I think it's not a new thing. Previously in Pakistan and India, in Pakistan particularly, we were living in a society where my neighbor was, for example, I'm 50 years old, so I'm talking about my father childhood. So he normally says that we were living in a society where we have like our neighbors, Hindu neighbors, and then we were Muslims, and the other was another one. So that was actually the society. So same is the society over here. Like for example, your neighbor may be any person.
Sure.
Then your neighbor may be like a Christian or any other person. Now, the requirement for parents, the prime responsibility that is of parents, and particularly mother.
Okay.
Particularly mother.
Regardless of the age of the kid, right?
Regardless of the age of the kid. Because a man cannot live without a woman.
Right.
The women may initially be mother, in later part may be wife, and then after this daughters. So man cannot survive in this universe without a woman.
Right.
And alhamdulillah, as far as Muslim culture is concerned, so a woman is a mother, then as a daughter, then women as a sister, and then women as a wife. So these are actually, yes, these are all the four parameters.
Yeah.
So the prime responsibility that is of home environment, how she managed the home environment of the kid, and then how she managed the home. And children, they are just like, we can say like, you cannot stop him not to do this thing,
Right.
but you can guide him that these are two things. We are Muslims and we have this culture and we have this society. And this is actually, we can say, the very, the great aspect of Muslim society, that this is not for the first time. The Muslim traveled from Makkah to Medina and then from Medina to other part of the world with their culture, with their civilization, with their norms and tradition. And alhamdulillah, currently all over the world you will find Muslims.
Right.
In Egypt, in Morocco, in India, in Pakistan, in Bangladesh.
Yes.
So that was actually the training, the education, initially of the family, then of the ulamas, and so you have to take your own, you have to complete your own part. And the most important thing, that is the education of a mother, the education and the learning of a father. When he start with this with his children in his home, after this he will come to you as an imam, as a teacher, and then you will take him further.
Right. So it all starts from home, from the mom especially. طيب, if we want to talk about some practical tips, what if your child comes home saying, hey mom or hey dad, they are celebrating Christmas at school and I want to celebrate Christmas, or whatever that event or occasion might be, Halloween, Thanksgiving. How would you deal with that? What if they say tomorrow the whole day is going to be Halloween day or Christmas day? Should you just ask them to miss school and have them, stay home that day and not to go to school, or go to school and do something? What could be done here?
Depends on the intellectual ability of a child and parent. For example, there is a Thanksgiving Day or Christian, what we call it, 25th of December, that is a sacred day for Christmas. So what we can do, like for example, we can say, yes, the Christmas day is for Christians. If you are supposed to go, so these are the limits. You can take part.
So you set some
but
limits with them.
yes, you can take part, but these are actually the limits, and this is actually the boundary.
Okay.
For example, if there are various people on this table and they are eating something, but I don't know as a Muslim which thing is halal or haram. So I should look at the table and try to select the food where I'm 100% sure that these are halal. So I can sit here and eat with other non-Muslims. So depends on the intellectual ability, the learning of the students, the learning of the kid by parents, by their teachers, by the imams. So kid is just a one side. So on one hand, parents, then the teachers, then the direct access through the imam, and then the masjid, the impact of society and interaction. So these things will lead him to a successful man of the society.
But how do you push back against, getting used to seeing people celebrating, Christmas, for example, there's the Christmas tree, and year after year, it becomes to them something very natural, very common, that one day, even though you're talking to them every time that, hey, we do have limits and we do have boundaries, we're not Christians, we're Muslims, and this is our religion and identity, and we should not celebrate Christmas. But year after year, probably they will fall into it and they say, Dad, I just want to buy a Christmas tree this year. All my friends are looking down at me, or accusing me of being racist, or I'm sorry to say a terrorist, or what I mean. I don't want to be labeled as that person. I just want to be normal like anyone else. How would you respond to that?
Depends, like this is a multi-dimensional society. Not only Muslims and Christians are here, but other people with other thinking and other aspect do in Rome as the Roman do. We are living in this society, so in this society we have to strictly understand, rigorously understand our culture, norms, tradition, fiqh, and then pattern of life, family life, each and everything.
Okay.
Then you simply can introduce these things as well in the community. Like for example, during the month of Ramadan, ask your class fellows to come and say, look and sit with us and enjoy with us. Then they will have several questions. But simply it's هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله. ليظهره على الدين كله. It means that Islam has a very strong cultural roots, a very strong culture and tradition.
And it will dominate.
Dominate definitely all parts of the world. Like for example, if you look at this society 40 years before, so how many Islamic centers and masjid were there? Then before 20 years in 1980s, in 2000, and currently what is the trend? Like for example, if you want to offer a salat, you are pray with Jama'ah in all part of the country, so you can simply do it. It's very easy.
Speaking to this point, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, in 2022, I tried to find out how many masjids are there in only the state of Pennsylvania. And I could find 98, okay, after doing some search. There was 98 masjids only in the state of Pennsylvania. I'm not talking about the 50 states of America. And then this year I did this search again to try to find out how many masjids are there. They have increased from 98 to 150 masjids.
MashaAllah. It means that the impact...
150 masjids.
Yes.
So it increased, what, 50...
70%. Almost 70% increase. So it means...
just in 3 years.
What is then the reflection? The reflection is means that Muslim civilization, Islamic culture and civilization, it's increasing day by day. Understanding is getting well day by day.
Yeah.
So each and everything is in the right direction. We cannot expect that, for example, in next 5 years there will be 1,000 masjid. No, it will take time. But parents will work, masjid will work, community leaders will work. They will try to introduce Islam, Qur'an, understanding, then civilization, then harmony, peace building, each and everything. So Islam has a very rich culture and tradition, and it is very easy, and normally people adopt. I have seen so many people, they are, after their conversion to Islam, they are very happy with Islam, and then they feel like a mental peace, and then they find the answer of any question.
Allah.
For example, some of the religion, like these are the combination of a few dogmas. Alhamdulillah, Islam is a universal religion.
Alhamdulillah.
So if you have an answer in your mind, so you will find a question in your mind, so then you will have an answer from Quran, Sunnah, and then Ijma, and Fiqh, and Qiyas, and Sirat. You will find the answer, exact answer.
MashaAllah.
This is actually the beauty of Islam.
No.
That is why 90 mosques, then it raised to 150. Maybe after 10 years it will reach to 200. It means that Muslim community, Islamic scholars, then imams, then teachers, then parents, they are contributing, and you can see the impact.
Alhamdulillah.
Not the effect, but the impact. So inshallah, it's going high and high. And normally, like for example, you are from Egypt and I'm from Pakistan. We don't care about so many things in Pakistan. And normally, like a layman, he will say, no, if the azan is, so he will not take it serious. Azan, namaz, salat, these are common practices. But when he transfer or shift from one place to this place or in this country, so the first thing he will try to find, that is a mosque.
That's right.
Why? That is actually the teaching, the training, consciously and unconsciously. And alhamdulillah, you are giving a very good environment, not only prayers, but also teaching of Quran, then khatira, then access to everyone, whether he is older or he is young, or he is man, or he is women, or he is a kid.
Yes.
And this is actually the beauty. بَلِّغُوا عَنِّي وَلَوْ آيَةً أَوْ كَمَا قَالَ عَلَيْهِ الصَّلَاةُ وَالسَّلَامُ. We are not supposed to stick our teaching to just to one fixed point. I would love to teach a person huruf hija, alif, ba, pa. It's a grace for me. And this is actually the beauty.
This reminded me of when I first came to this country back in 2012. And I was talking to you about this earlier. I went to a very small town in Missouri, and I did not think that there was a masjid there. Like, and then I did ask the chair of the department. I said, "Is there a mosque here?" He said, "Yeah, there's one in town." I said, "Really? Can someone take me there?" He said, "Yeah, we can do that today." And subhanAllah, it was great to find a masjid in a small town. Like Shaykhna, we're going to conclude this inshallah. One last question. If parents are watching and they have kids and they want to teach kids Qur'an, what is the most effective way? From your experience, you are a father of how many kids, mashallah?
Mashallah, I have 5 male kids and 2 daughters. Seven.
And you are a teacher of Qur'an.
Teacher of Qur'an.
Share with us, please, the most effective way of teaching Qur'an to the kids.
The first and the most important thing, that is concentration of parents. I would say I am the product of my parent. My mother, even she is not able to tell you the time from the watch on the wall. Even she don't know the figure 1, 2, 3, 4 in Urdu or in Arabic or in Pashto. No.
Illiterate.
Totally illiterate. But her continuous effort means that my father, definitely every father go for the work in our societies early in the morning, come late to them. But one thing that was happening, that was daily formative and summative evaluation. And for example, my father came back in late night or after Maghrib prayer. So simply he asked my mother whether he has gone to school, attended school. Then he went to the masjid. Yes, timely went or timely or some any other thing. Then he asked me what you learned today. Just give me a simple understanding. So on daily basis, my father and my mother, they interacted about my daily progress, then try to solve my problems. So the first and the most prime responsibility, that is the concentration of parent. A kid, he would like to play, he would like to eat, he will not be ready to study and any book or na Quran and na. But first of all, make the environment of your home, the learning environment.
Okay, so number one, you just
Number
don't
one,
leave the kid to whatever he wants or she wants. No, you have to, do some efforts.
efforts as a parent.
As a parent. Number two, it's the environment.
Number two, give him an environment, and in this society, you have to keep your children with yourself close.
Okay.
Like for example, you are traveling, take your son with you.
Going to the masjid, take your son with you.
Take your son, and then like in the way you can talk, you can speak, you can study, talk about Quran and so many other things. So keep in touch, close in touch with yourself. Then the third thing, that is when, like for example, after the completion of his childhood, he start to the masjid and try to learn Quran. So again, in this society, you have to overlook his activity, each and everything, very politely. Son, this is makruh. He will ask what is makruh. Then you have a simple understanding. Just go, this is makruh. But go to the Imam and ask him that was it actually makruh? My father said this is makruh. So it's a continuous process, and I think it's a continuous process in this society for a parent about 15 and 16 years.
MashaAllah.
So day by day guidance, give them environment in home for, like for example, for prayers. For if the mother will pray, so simply the children, the kids, they will imitate and they will try it. And then focus on them to learn the culture, Quran. And when you study Quran, I think it's a very comprehensive book, alhamdulillah, and everyone can learn. So that is basically the requirement of parent, to guide their children, to keep an eye on their children, and then to properly manage their behavior, their attitudes, their etiquettes. Sit together. If we are sitting over here eating, say Bismillah. So this will transformation or transfer from one generation to the other generation.
Okay, how about like the amount of hifz, of memorization you should assign them? And should it be on a daily basis or a weekly basis? And how many times should they repeat it?
There are 4 patterns normally we use in Pakistan. The first, for example, new lesson of 1 page or half page, keeping in view the ability of the student. When he will memorize, so he has to repeat from the start of the juz every day. This is 1. 2. The third, for example, if he has memorized 5 juz, so on daily basis he have to he has to with his teacher to recite 1/4 of the juz daily basis. And then if he is for example memorized 5 paras, so mandatory for him to recite in mushaf or hifz 1 para daily, 1 juz daily. So these are actually the 4 patterns. After the completion, then the system or the requirement then is different. But initially these are actually the things which, and then keeping in view the nature of the student. For example, a student who is studying, attending school, so what he will do, so for example, if he attend 6 hours in a school, so he should take 1 hour for Hifz Quran.
Yes.
Then he should increase eventually. And when the school is off, so then it should reach to 4 or 5 hours.
A day.
When the school, like for example in Pakistan, June, July, and August, the schools are closed.
Yes.
So normally we focus our children, like for example, during school time they were taking 1 page, so we are expecting these vacation that he will take 2.5 pages. In 1st September, like for example the 1st September,
Yeah.
then we slowly decrease the hifz and gradually increase the schooling. So December is the peak time of our students.
I see.
So you have to keep it side by side. It may take time, 3 to 4 years, 5 to 6 years, 6 to 7 years, but it's a continuous process.
It never stops.
It never stops.
It's a journey, life journey.
It's a lifelong process.
Jazakumullah khair, Shaykh.
Thank you very much.
You want to add anything to this interview?
If you ask me, like,
I think I covered everything.
so thank you very much,
Jazakumullah.
and thank you very much, Sheikh Yaqub, who,
Likewise.
mashallah, a very rigorous person and a very
Allah
good reciter of the Holy Quran.
Jazakumullah khair.
And
You're a better reciter.
and Alhamdulillah, I'm happy to meet him this year and last year.
Thank you.
And he is contributing to the society not only in form of prayers but also in form of teaching. And yesterday when I came, a student was sitting over here and he was teaching to him simple things like ya and ayyuha. So then this is actually the beauty of a teacher, the beauty of an alim,
Allah.
that we never feel shame that I'm teaching huruf hijab, being a PhD scholar. No, it's an honor for me to teach even huruf hijab, alif ba pa. This is very much important for me.
Yeah,
So thank you very much for you.
One
Jazakallah khair.
time a sheikh of mine told me that if you find a little kid who doesn't know Surah Al-Fatiha, teach him Surah
Teach him Surah
Al-Fatiha. Because, every time that kid recites Surah Al-Fatiha, you get rewards.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
It
kid
is in
gets-
hadith.
yeah,
It is in hadith. When you start
No.
a good thing, and for example, this good thing is followed by millions of people. So the last person, the sawab for the last person, definitely it will go to the first person as well. It will be credited in his. So that is why
Allah
this is the
yabarak feek.
Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah khairan. And inshallah, I'm planning to visit Pakistan. If one of
Definitely.
the viewers is also planning to visit Pakistan, where should we go? What should we visit?
Yes, in Pakistan there are universities, there are good places, there are like good people, and people like they like the people of Egypt by heart.
Alhamdulillah.
And the reason is like normally in Pakistan, Sheikh Abdul Basit, Sheikh Antar, Sheikh Khalil Hasravi, they are very famous, right? Not from now, but from 50 years, for 60 years. And we have a good relation, and Alhamdulillah, sharing the same culture and civilization and each and everything. And Quran also explain Egypt very much in relation to Hazrat Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, and then Fir'aun and so many other things. So that is why it is in our knowledge, it is on our experience from Quranic perspective, from the perspective of a hadith. So I think Misr is not a thing which I think everyone, every common man, layman, he know Misr, and then those who are in touch with Quran are ulamas. They, by the virtue of Sheikh Tantawi and like Nurul Izah, the writer is also Egyptian, and then Aqidah Tahawiyya, several books. So that is why it's very common, and people of Egypt, they are respected by heart by the ulamas and hufaz. So there are schools, there are Islamic schools, and even I would announce that a sheikh is coming from Egypt, so you will see how many people will visit you on the same day.
Subhanallah.
Yes.
Subhanallah.
Yeah. So this will be a good opportunity, and then to connect with you, and inshallah.
Inshallah. How far is Peshawar from the capital city?
That is 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yes,
Not
100
that far.
miles.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so, compared to the capital city, is it smaller,
No.
bigger?
Bigger? Yeah. We have
Subhanallah.
like almost 70 million. I don't know the million and billion.
Yes.
It's means Peshawar is a very huge and old and Qadim city.
No, no.
And Islamabad and Lahore,
You have a lot of masajid there, right?
hundreds of masajid, thousands of masajid,
MashaAllah,
hundreds of masajid.
MashaAllah.
Just like Egypt, if you will turn from one corner to
Yes.
another corner, so
Almost in every
yeah,
corner. there's a
every
masjid.
corner of the
Literally,
masajid.
in every block in Egypt, there is a masjid.
Yeah.
And how about food? What is the most common food in Pakistan? For
Uh,
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Alhamdulillah, Pakistan is very rich in food.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, you can have each and every aspect. Once an Arab friend, he told me that what is in Pakistan. So I replied, do you know halib al-tayr?
Halib al-tayr.
The milk of a bird.
Yes.
So
We call it Laban al-Asfur.
laban al-asfur.
Yeah.
So I told him, what is this? It is in Pakistan. You can find each and everything in Pakistan, in food, in like the way we think about Pakistan. We can say, like for example, this will not be there, this will not be there, this will not be there. Like for example, if you will travel from Islamabad to Peshawar, there is a highway, and you can reach with the speed of 100 miles in 90 minutes to Peshawar. Then transportation,
So there's no
air
speed
transport.
limit?
There is speed limit,
Okay.
but definitely transportation, train transportation, and then food, each and every. Like for example, Peshawar is famous for lamb, which is prepared in a special way,
MashaAllah.
and then kebab, and that is made of beef, keema, and that's a kebab, very famous. And then there are various stuffs, like for example the sugar cane, and then the gold is the specialty, which is famous throughout Pakistan, and it from Peshawar goes to from our region to Tajikistan and Uzbekistan and so many.
How far is Tajikistan, Uzbekistan from Peshawar?
By air, it's a 1.5 hour travel. So, like for example, agricultural land, very good sugar cane, and a tasty fruit and tasty food. Like for example, somewhere you will find a banana, but the taste will not be the same. So that is why tasty fruits.
Like here.
Yeah, you like here?
You go to Walmart, for example, you buy fruits.
Yeah.
They look like fruits.
Yeah.
They taste like plastic.
And then a variety of
Yeah.
food, like for example, kebabs and various types of kebabs, and then rices, different types of rices, and then meat and beef, and comparatively very cheap.
Oh.
Like for example, if you will spend over there for 2 kg goat in Kadai, which is famous in Peshawar, so it will cost over there like I would say 10,000, and if you will convert this 10,000 in dollar, so maybe $30 or $25.
So $1 is how much in the Pakistani
In
currency?
Pakistan nowadays it's 280
280
280
rupees, right?
rupees.
280. Wow. Wow.
So food is very cheap.
So if you want to eat kebab, for example, for dinner, like a full meal for one person, how much?
Full meal for one person means 1 kg. So it will cost about if it is 1,000, so it means $4.
$4. Interesting. MashaAllah.
But actually, Pakistan is poor by job. For example, Pakistan, the income is little bit high, so then you can
live. Teacher, for example, what is the average income for a teacher, a high school teacher?
High school teacher, like for not about high school teacher, but university teachers, that is about I simply can say less than $1,000
a month.
For a teacher in school, he is about, like for example, $400 a month. And for a person who is teaching in an Islamic school, that is mostly, if a very good Islamic school, so that maybe we can say $20 per month.
$20?
Yes. But alhamdulillah, ulamas are respected everywhere.
Alhamdulillah.
And that is basically in Islamic culture. The most peaceful and happy people in the community, they are ulamas.
نعم صحيح صحيح ما شاء الله تبارك الله. طيب يا شيخنا, that's everything. جزاكم الله خيرا.
Thank you very much.
بارك الله فيك.
Jazakallah,
Thank you for
barakallah.
honoring us and thank you
حياك
for
الله.
coming, and please come back.
Inshallah.
الله يبارك.
Inshallah.
جزاكم الله خير. Dear viewers, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you, and I hope la khair. Wassalamu alaikum.